On the last episode of Truly Bedrock, we expanded our shopping area, we murdered Tiz, we murdered Tiz, and we got pranked by Zloy. In this episode, we expand our city further, we murder Tiz, and we turn this empty shop building into this. In fact, that last bit was a lie. We've actually already done that. So I've not had much opportunity to record the last couple of days, and I only had a short while to play, and I decided to use that time to convert this building into a bookshop / library of sorts. It's by no means stocked or anything like that at the moment, but at least I managed to get the interior in, and to be honest, I'm absolutely thrilled with it. I love it. But I have been having fun with the avatars. We've got Groover in the corner here, reading to all of the young'uns, and as you can see, Tiz is very bored, and Zloy is actually holding a DB doll. So this is DB's avatar before it's placed, and I just think that looks amazing. Absolutely love it. Although I do need to put a villager head on this one here, because at the moment there's 2 Beardstones in this scene, and that's just not quite right. But we've also got an upstairs, we've got Zloy picking some books, and we've got another librarian at the top here. There wasn't quite so much space upstairs because I wanted to have a tall ceiling. I think it really does work in these shots. And that roof was actually an accidental find, so that texture there is the bottom of the loom. And, well, I just absolutely love how that looks. So, lots of looms in the ceiling, lots of looms in the walls, but I assure you, it's definitely a bookshop, not a banner shop. So I think the very first thing we're going to do this episode is go get ourselves some stock. We've got lots of barrels here. I do want to sell enchanted books in here, not that I think anyone's going to buy them, because I think there's already 2, maybe even 3 enchanted bookshops on the server. But, you know, this building it had to be a bookshop, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to sell bookshelves and lecterns and things like that too. So let's head over to the industrial district and see what we can find. There appears to be a giant crab inside my industrial area, which can only mean one thing. Liara has been nearby, but there does also appear to be a diamond block, which is nice. Thanks for letting trade. Of course, yes, Liara was after lots of, well, something that I wasn't willing to trade for her, but I said she was more than welcome to use the villagers, so that's obviously what that's about. Excellent, 3 diamonds. So bookshelves aren't going to be a problem. We can definitely stock those, and we've got plenty there to make lecterns as well, which is good, and we can even break some down and sell individual books, just in case. You never know, people might want stacks of books. I mean, probably not, but hey, why not? But these guys are going to be the money makers, so I'm going to, I guess, probably sell loads of melons and pumpkins, get some emeralds, and I'm going to buy a whole ton of books. If I can get maybe a shulker of each book type that we've got here, then we're probably never going to need to restock the shop again, in theory. Short while later, and I think we are finally all stocked up and good to open. We've got every single book in here that we currently have from our villagers, which I think is most of them, just not the fishing rod ones. We don't have any of those. But everything else is now in here. We've got bookshelves in here. We're not selling individual books just yet, but I do have a space right there for them. I just need to actually break up some bookshelves to get them, and I've decided not to bother selling lecterns. Can't bother to make them. Plus, no one's going to buy them anyway, let's be honest. But with that done, we can move on to the next thing. And that is a very quick rescue mission. A mission to save Darth Mule. Because I think it's about time Darth Mule came over to experience our new town. He's been over here on his own for probably about 2 months. And with that in mind, we're also going to take Doggo. Because, well, it's kind of rude to leave the dog here on his own. There is a... Is that a cow? Why is there a cow in my house? I seem to be able to hear quite a lot of cows. Why is there a cow in my house? I can hear more cows as well. Are there more cows in my house? I'm so confused. Nope, no more cows in my house. I can definitely hear cows. Oh my days. Why are there so many cows in my house? Is someone breeding cows? Okay, right. Sometimes it's best just not to ask questions. Let's just leave. There appears to be no saddle on my mule either. What is going on? So if I can sit on him, but I can't drive him. Because driving mules is obviously what you do. But you know what I mean? What in the world is going on? Let's grab a saddle. I mean, I know I said it was a rescue mission, but I wasn't expecting it to be this much of a mission. Jeez. I mean, how do you even get a saddle off of a mule without killing it? I mean, surely that's not even possible. This place is clearly just cursed. I mean, we've already lost one mule. He just sort of disappeared and left his rope behind. And this one lost his saddle. Can I even put a saddle back on him? You can. Okay, you can get a saddle off of a mule, which means someone stole my saddle. But that's not important. What's important is saving Darth Mule and taking him to his new home. There it is, Darth Mule, your brand new home. I guess the question is, where do I tether you? I don't want you accidentally wandering through the portal. I think for now we'll just tie you there. We'll make you a proper home at some point in future. And you, doggo, there we go. You can be bookshop dog. With that done, it's now time for a little bit of problem solving with Beardstone. And the problem we're going to solve is actually to do with shops and shopping and the fact that I couldn't find any acacia. I know that there's people on the server that were selling acacia. I have no idea who it was. I can't remember who it was. And with the shops all being at different people's bases, it's kind of hard to know who is selling what. And I intend to simplify that, primarily for my own gain, of course, but we shall also make this an area where everyone can sort of, list what shops or at least what things they are selling at their bases. And for that, I think we need to head back to the Nether. So here in the Nether hub, there are, of course, a few market stalls. There's a few round the corner as well, but there's also a really big space over here, just opposite the U-store. And what I'm thinking is, we make some form of directory room, I guess? So what we could do is maybe have like a lectern and a statue of each player, and on that lectern, a book that just lists what you sell at your base. And maybe even what direction to run in to get there, or to find your shops, I don't know. But even just somewhere that says, this is what I sell at my base. I don't expect to see prices or anything like that, but see a statue of Beardy, and then you've just got gold, gunpowder, and what else is it we sell? Books, that's the one, books. Just listed in a written book. I think that's going to help people out. And everyone else can, of course, do that as well. We'll have their statues, their avatars above a podium, so it's very easy to identify who's who. And I think that's really going to streamline the shopping experience. So I guess the first question is, how much space do we... Right, okay. We have all the space we could possibly need. This is good. So I guess the next question is, how do we want to make it look? What resources are we going to use? How big does it need to be? And how in the world are we supposed to get everyone's avatars? But I guess we can at least do what we can, and then everyone else is just going to have to come along and put their own avatars on. So I think I want to go with a nice big doorway. Let's see if we can get this looking a little bit nicer. And I need to figure out what I want to do with these side panels as well. What else have we got? So looking at the rest of the hub, we do have a lot of vertical trapdoors to split up the walls. And I think that's something we're going to carry forward into this area as well. So maybe if we did that, and then the same up here, and then some trapdoors, and same on this side. In theory, that should look okay and kind of tie in with what we've got elsewhere. And with that repeated on that side as well, I think that works perfectly fine as a doorway. We just need to work out how much space we need out the back here now. So I think we need it that long, and that's going to give us 8 on this side and 8 on this side, which is the perfect amount. So let's get the rest of this floor in, get the rest of the room built up, at least the frame of it, and then we can figure out how to make it look nice. So I think I've got the basics of the room in. We just need to get a roof on it, make it look nice, and of course get all the actual detail in. So I wonder, maybe we could kind of separate the podiums a little bit like this. Then how about maybe some trapdoors, or is that going to be too much? I don't know. Let's put one in and see how it looks. Okay, I think that's going to look all right. Though maybe it could do with a banner or something behind them. I don't know. Right, let's get the rest of this kitted out. Yeah, I think that's actually going to work quite well, but I do need to get some lights. Let's go see what we can find. So we could try shroom lights. That could work quite well. I guess it kind of depends what we do with the ceiling, really, doesn't it? Should we maybe work out the ceiling? I actually quite like that. I think that's going to work well, although we're going to need a bit of colour in the ceiling on this side as well. Yeah, I think that's going to work quite well. Maybe we could get some trapdoors, maybe even some acacia trapdoors. They might work quite well with the terracotta and the shroom lights and kind of tie it together. Or it could look absolutely hideous and orange and horrible. I don't really know. But I do like this layout here. So I'm going to get this reflected on this side. And maybe once we get the rest of the ceiling in, that's going to help us decide exactly what to do a little bit easier. I think that looks alright, although it could probably do with some kind of picture or something. I mean, maybe just a picture frame in there will actually be absolutely fine. But I don't have any of them on me at the moment, so we won't be doing that just yet. And I think I do want to hang banners behind everyone as well. There's 16 here, and of course, there are 16 colours in Minecraft. So I think I'm just going to put a rainbow of banners in here, bring in a little bit of colour, maybe even put down a carpet of some kind. Although, actually, if we do that, the floor's going to be at a different level. So maybe not that. Let's just get these across the wall and see how that looks. Well, it definitely adds a splash of colour. Let's fix the lights. Yeah, I quite like that, actually. I think that works. Excellent. And I do want to place the avatars that we have at the moment, and I should probably try and colour coordinate these as much as I can with the banners. For example, we know for a fact the Groover likes orange. I like blue. Tiz probably likes black because he has a dark soul. BB's clearly purple. And next up, we need to place a book on every podium, and in fact, while I'm here, I may as well write in my one. And there we go. I think a simple book like that will tell people what we've got, and of course, as we open up more shops, we can just update this book and keep adding what we're selling. I don't want to go adding prices because, well, they're likely to change, and that's just going to create a lot more work for me, which of course we don't want to be doing. So I need to grab myself some armor stands for the empty platform, some red dye so that I can actually straighten all of these up, and a picture frame for the back there. But then I think we're pretty much done in here, and hopefully that's going to work. Oh, we're going to need a sign as well, actually. And there's a Zap. I wonder if he's got a spare head. Hey, look at that. Maybe we should just hang out here until everyone comes on by, and then we'll just either murder them and take their head, or request one, which does seem to be the more appropriate method, let's be honest. So for now, I'm just going to leave them all in a default pose, but of course, as people come along, they will likely put them into a pose that they fancy using instead, but I just want to keep it all the same for now, at least. And I think what I'll do is I'll just put armor stands on the blank ones so that when anyone does come past with one of their heads, they can easily swap it out for an avatar. Although I need to put arms on these armor stands. They look so weird without arms. What is with that? And I think the last thing we need is just a picture frame up here. Maybe not that one. Or that one. Or that one. Close. There we go. That's the one we want. Perfect. And now the sign's glowing, it should be a little bit more obvious as to what's going on in here. And hopefully, over time, this is going to get filled out. People might even make their own custom banners. I don't really know. We'll see what happens. But in theory, this should make it a lot easier to find out who is selling what. Assuming that the other members actually come along and fill in the books with what they're selling. But we'll see. With that little project done, it's time for us to head back to our city because, well, we're about to go on stream. And I think we're going to put up another building. What in the world? I love messing with Tiz. Although him hiding in that statue over there, that really did throw me for a moment there. So, as you saw from the time-lapse, we were working on another building over here, and I do like how it's coming out, but as you can see, it still needs a lot of work. This is as far as we got on stream. In fact, I've actually messed around with the roof a bit more since stream because it's not quite the same as the ones we had before. So this roof here is making more use of red sandstone, which doesn't actually appear in any of these other roofs, but I do want to try and mix up the colours a little bit while still keeping it on theme with the area. And thanks to chat and some good suggestions of using orange concrete and actually still pulling across some of the acacia stairs, I think we've managed to get that to work. But I'm not too happy with the shape of it. I think it could really do with some kind of dormer window on this side, maybe on the other side as well. So I think that's probably the next thing we're going to do, figure out how to get those in. But I've got quite a lot of work still to do on this building, as you can see anyway. I need to sort out the windows, the framing, and I have no idea what to do with this bit just here yet. Do I make it a balcony? Do I make it a porch type thing? I don't know. So I'm just going to spend a bit more time messing with this, and I'll bring you back in once it's got, well, a few more finishing touches on it, I guess. And maybe a floor on the inside too. Floor has been achieved, and the outside as well is actually looking a lot better. But the important thing is we've got some floors in. There's actually 3 floors in this building, and I think I've got... Hello? Got an infestation of foxes again. But what I was going to say is I think I've actually got an idea of what I want to do with this place, apart from light it up so that it doesn't get exploded. But from out the front here as well, it's definitely looking a lot better. The dormer window is okay. Yeah, I might need to do a little bit of playing around to figure out how to actually do those well, because something about that doesn't look right, and yeah, let's just not look too hard at that. But if we look from this side, everything's looking much nicer. We've got a lot going on. I do, however, need to get some flowers in the flower boxes, and that actually goes for a couple of other areas of the town as well. But when we were building this up on stream and I was asking chat what we should do with this area, the idea of a trellis with leaves and things came up as an idea, and I wasn't so sure at first. But then I figured that's actually a really good idea if we want to turn this area, well, this building in particular, into a flower shop. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. The only problem with that is I don't really have that many flowers. I've got lots of the 2 tall flowers, but we don't have any of the other stuff really. So that means we can't put a flower shop in here just yet. We can't do that this episode. But that also means we're going to have to build up a couple more farms. Yay, farms. We love farms. Yay. You spend months building farms, and then 2 weeks after that, you need to build another farm. But sadly, that's all we've got time for in today's episode, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye now. Ow, ow, whoa, whoa, whoa. Jeez. Okay, I guess Tiz has claimed that building then. Excellent.